Um, Turning now to President Biden's decision to run for re-election in 2024. We'll start with during the 2020 cycle and maybe immediately after the 2020 election. Was it your impression that President Biden was going to be a one-term president?
I don't remember having a sense of whether it would be one or two.
There were never any conversations about that during this time?
Not that I was a part of, outside of reporters would come to us with questions about that, and there was not anything of substance revealed. We were just aware that the reporters had the questions.
Was it your impression that President Biden intended to be a, as he put it, bridge president to a younger generation of Democratic leaders?
I remember that statement, but I did not take that as necessarily meaning that he was not inclined to run for a second term.
Do you think other people did?
I mean, it's an impossible question to answer.
I don't know.
It seems to have caused some ambivalence. So I was just wondering if anybody ever gave you the impression that they had thoughts about that statement.
I know that I did not take it as meaning he would not run.
Okay.
When did you first come to understand that President Biden would likely seek re-election in 2024?
I don't remember exactly when I learned this, but it would have been late 2022 or within the first quarter of 23.
And at that time, did you believe President Biden was fit to serve 4 additional years?
I did.
Did you believe he could still win re-election?
Yes.
Did you have any concerns about President Biden running for re-election in 2024?
As someone who's worked in politics for a good while, I can't think of any candidate about whom, for any office, I would have zero concerns ahead of a campaign, because everybody has areas where they will be criticized, everyone has strengths.
And so, based off that statement, what would you say the areas of concerns were for President Biden running for re-election?
By far, the biggest was that because of the way the pandemic disrupted the global economy, inflation had gone up. This was associated with us, and I felt that it was by far our biggest political vulnerability.
Inside of the White House, were there any discussions or considerations of President Biden being physically or mentally incapable of running and serving a second term?
Not that I know of.
Do you believe any White House staff were concerned about President Biden running for re-election in 2024?
Not that I know of.
Were there any discussions or considerations that President Biden may not make it an additional 4 years?
Not that I know of.
Did you have any role, shifting gears ahead a little bit, for the debate between President Biden and President Trump in June of 2024? Did you have any role in prep for that debate leading up to the debate?
No.
Not in Washington?
No.
And you did not travel to Camp David to assist with debate prep?
No.
Were you asked to assist any other person that was involved with debate prep on any talking points or anything like that?
No. The one thing I just want to make sure I'm telling y'all is we got inquiries about debate prep, which has happened every time that I've been involved with an effort where there is a debate upcoming, and I provided some information to those reporters about who had been involved in debate prep, because that's always something they're interested in.
And that only information was about who was involved in debate prep, not how debate prep was going?
It was about who was involved. I believe there were some additional details. You know how reporters always want color and things like that, but I don't remember characterizations of how it was going.
Were you aware, or did you hear of any indication of how debate prep was going from those that were assisting with debate prep?
The only thing that I remember being told was after the debate, I was told that they had expected him to perform better based on how prep had gone.
And going to the debate, it's in a recent interview, I believe it was a podcast or a YouTube interview, Hunter Biden told Andrew Callahan that President Biden was given Ambien to help sleep before the debate. Do you have any knowledge of President Biden being prescribed or taking Ambien?
No.
Did you see President Biden being administered medications, including Ambien, at any point in the White House in 2024 leading up to the debate?
No.
In your opinion, are Hunter Biden's claims of Ambien hindering the president's performance at the debate credible?
I don't know what he was taking or not.
And it's been a few hours, but I think at the beginning of the interview, you said the last time that you had spoken with Hunter Biden was in regard to comments that he had made post after he had done a podcast. Is this what you're referring to?
We did not talk about anything that related to the president's health when we most recently spoke. It was about other things.
Okay. What did you speak about?
And I want to be clear, I don't mean this as confrontational. I just want to be honest about. I was talking to him about how very frequently the current president and members of his family engage in corrupt business activities that if he had done a very small fraction of, I think the phrase I used was Sean Hannity would have a stroke on the ear.
Do you often speak with Hunter Biden about politics?
Not often, no.
And just so I'm clear, did you speak with Hunter Biden at all during the 118th Congress's investigation of Hunter Biden and Joe Biden regarding international business dealings?
I did text with him. I sent him a supportive message on a day that he was coming to testify.
Did you speak with the president the day that he was supposed to testify?
No.
It is my understanding that the president recommended to Hunter Biden that he not testify at one point. Are you aware of any of those conversations?
That I don't know about.
Did you work with Ian Sams in communicating talking points regarding congressional investigations of Hunter Biden?
I did work with Ian sometimes, a little bit, about that.
And what was your contribution to that?
My main contribution was that I had built knowledge about Hunter's background because I had worked on stories that went into it. And so sometimes Ian would make use of that. Do you think this is accurate? Is there something else that is a relevant factor about whatever element of his past being discussed?
And at any point did you ever speak with Hunter Biden's legal team about investigations being conducted by the House of Representatives?
No.
Did you ever speak with his legal team about investigations being run by the Department of Justice?
No.
Going to the actual debate night itself between President Biden and President Trump, did you watch the June 27th, 2024 debate between President Biden and President Trump?
Yes.
And where did you watch it?
I was at a hotel room in Baltimore.
Who did you watch the debate with?
My wife.
President Biden had a pretty lackluster performance in this debate. Would you agree with that assessment?
I agree with his assessment that it was a bad night and he did not do well.
What do you think made it a bad night and that he didn't do well?
He has spoken to this and I defer to what he said.
What are your personal opinions on why he had a bad night and didn't do well?
My personal opinions are that I know he has mentioned that he was doing a lot of travel around the world during a short time period before the debate itself, and that he was feeling under the weather, as he has discussed. And I also know that this came not long after there were developments concerning Hunter's legal situation that I think on a human level would be stressful for any parent.
Was it your immediate reaction watching and immediately after the debate that it was either not going well or had gone badly?
I remember in real time thinking that he was not doing well, but I also remember thinking, as I saw tweets and other reactions, that criticism was over-torqued. And it reminded me, to a degree, of watching the first debate between then President Obama and Mitt Romney, where Obama did not do his best, but I think that often there can be a self-perpetuating feedback loop where especially talking heads like to over-dramatize whatever has just happened.
I was trying to go back and to prepare for this interview, to go back and read the Andrew Bates archived tweets and what you tweeted immediately after the debate. But I couldn't, they're not on there. I don't know why that is. Have you ever deleted tweets from your official account?
I did delete some, but I do not believe I deleted anything that related to the debate or after.
Okay, it only went back to August of 2024, so I was just, you never made any kind of mass deletion of tweets from that account?
No, that is a surprise to me.
It could just be me not knowing how to work Twitter as well. But
It's also a surprise because there are some folks who like to tweet old things at me, and I still get alerts every so often.
I don't tweet, so I cannot relate to you, but I'm sorry.
It's a healthy practice.
At one point during the debate, President Biden started to stumble in his answer to a question that was asked, and his response was, "We finally beat Medicare." Do you recall that answer?
Yes, I do. And I remember thinking in real time that he would very often, when he was talking about the significance of the Inflation Reduction Act as an accomplishment, he would say, "We finally beat Big Pharma so that Medicare can negotiate lower drug costs." And so I immediately thought that those two had just been switched like it was a flop.
So you didn't have any concerns about his answer to that question, that we finally beat Medicare?
No, I had heard him say we beat Big Pharma. so Medicare can negotiate lower drug costs many times.
Mr. Klain told this committee that President Biden, throughout knowing Joe Biden, Mr. Klain has noticed that he would confuse proper nouns. Considering proper nouns seem to be some of the most important nouns, I found that rather concerning. Is it your experience that President Biden would confuse proper nouns?
So I have a dumb question. What exactly is a proper noun?
The capitalized ones.
Oh, okay. I should have paid more attention, but that I don't remember feeling that way.
Did any other White House staffers reach out to you, whether it be text, call, or otherwise, to express thoughts on how they thought the debate went?
Yes, I was in touch with other White House staff, and most I remember feeling that it had not gone well, and we were trying to anticipate coverage and how we would deal with it.
Did anyone express any greater concerns than just it had not gone well?
I remember people being surprised at that and wondering why it had happened, but I don't remember anything beyond that.
Ron Klain testified to us that the June 2024 debate was a uniquely bad night for former President Biden, and he had never seen him appear that way before. Do you agree with Mr. Klain in the sense that it was a uniquely bad night, the debate night?
Yes.
And you'd never seen President Biden struggle in that way before in public speeches or debates?
I had not seen a performance similar to that debate. I remember feeling that he had done well in the previous debates that I had seen.
Do you think that the criticisms of President Biden's performance that night were also gratuitous, like you characterized the lines from the Her report?
Some of it,
You think they were overblown?
yes.